A week in the life of a photo shoot cut. 1800 calories without the guesswork. This is what fat loss actually looks like when you've got a plan. This isn't about being perfect, it's just a routine of consistency and simplicity. Saturday is the day where I set up the week, and that's where we're jumping to now.
The reason why I'm starting on a Saturday is because I want to show you my weekly food shop and then also how I just factor in the weekends. So, plan this weekend, weekly food shop as I just mentioned. So I need to think about meal plans for the week, and then we're going into Leeds City Centre, do some shopping. Then on Sunday we're going to go and see some friends.
Now, the benefit of the morning walk is that I can get up and get it done before my wife and daughter are awake. And then that means I've already got 7,000 steps done before the day's even started, and I'm back in time for breakfast.
Here we go. This is the weekly food shop. We have really stockpiled on the veg because this is all about volume now. All of our meals we make up with a lot of veg, just to, like I say, bulk up the food, bulk up the portion sizes. It leaves you fuller for longer. If you fill your plate, think about how much it's going to fill your stomach. For carbs at the moment, we are all about potatoes. They just work on the low calories that we are on. Volume you get for the calories that they are. But yeah, you can get maybe, I think it's 150 grams worth of potatoes and it's 123 calories. Can't forget overnight oats, so porridge is there. And then Greek yogurt, really enjoying that as a moment with some fruit and a little bit drizzle of honey as a little bit of an evening protein snack. We're really into just making chilies, like chili con carne and that sort of, just our own take on it, where we'll just use a lean mince. So I tend to go for turkey, my wife enjoys the beef, and then we'll just pack it with all of the veg there. And then we've also just got some cod and then 2 salmon options as well.
So with the food shop done, it's now a case of prepping food for the week. So keeping it simple and just going for my own take on chili con carnes, using mince and then piling it full of veg, siding it with potatoes.
I normally make 4 portions worth in a single batch. So I've doubled it today and I think I'm pushing my limits. It's worked, I've got away with it, and I've managed to fit it all in one pot. Some of these will be frozen, so they will be emergency meals. The others will go through as either my lunch or my tea, all tracked through MyFitnessPal. So in the meantime, while that was simmering down, did a bit of a tidy, put everything onto MyFitnessPal, and I think it's around the 400 calories mark. A little bit more with potatoes that are going to be just finishing off now. It just keeps me going. It's predictable. I know what I'm having every single day. One of the meals, factor in the overnight oats, that's 2 of my 3 main meals a day that are already planned out. I know what it is. That's less daily decision making I'm to do, so I've not got daily decision paralysis where you're trying to work out what's in your fridge and what you can make with it and if it fits your calories, and if not, right, what can you swap it with or substitute it with, and whether you need to lower your portion size or anything like that. It's just 8 meals worth right there in a bowl.
The rest of Saturday, it was lined up with DIY work. I had a job of cleaning the driveway, though I hadn't anticipated, 1, how long it would take, and 2, how messy a job it would be. So, 5-6 hours have passed. Gone all afternoon and way beyond my normal tea time, and just keeping busy has just meant that it's just held me off from snacking. Alright, so signing out for the day. It's 8:45. That driveway took me a lot longer than I anticipated it to. This is where that whole thing about meal prep comes into it. For me personally, I don't have to think now. I've got my portion ready. You know, because old me, this time of night, he would have looked for a takeaway, or he would have just grazed and he would have just gone through the fridge and the cupboards, just find whatever concoction he could create. Whereas stuff like this just takes that out of the equation. It's there, it's ready. Don't have to think about it. This is a lot later than what I would normally eat, but just take each day as they are, and on a weekend this is the opportunity where I can get the DIY jobs done. So I'll be up usual sort of time, 5:15, straight out for a walk, back just in time for breakfast, and then visiting friends. See ya. Sunday morning is check-in day with my coach, so quick weigh-in in the morning, and then I go for my morning lap before getting back and doing some measurements and some progress pictures. Whilst I was doing them, my daughter woke up, so it's a case of going up and getting her, and then starting the breakfast routine.
Pop, 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 pop. Pop. Want some raspberries? Well done. So just wrapping up Sunday, had a fantastic day up in Harrogate, seeing some friends. It's 7:15 now. On the drive home, our daughter fell asleep, so we had a danger nap. she had a full hour in asbestos sleep in the car. So we've had something to eat, we've bathed her, and now we're just taking the opportunity to get an evening walk out, myself and the wife, and daughter's in the pram. So we're just going to do the lap, and then that'll close out the day. In terms of things that I didn't log today in terms of food, so we went to a gymnastics class late morning, and then at lunch midday, we decided that we were going to get something to eat out and about, so we went to a cafe downstairs, and I ended up having a chicken and bacon club sandwich. One, because it was a high protein option based on what was available there, and then two, when I compared it against the salads, it was things like the salads were avocado, smoked salmon, loads of dressings, balsamic vinegar, that sort of thing, eggs, which were just really high fat. So in terms of calories, they would have been pretty much the same to my sandwich. In terms of logging it, made estimations just based on common sense, 2 slices of bread, chicken, bacon and so on. And then once we got home on the evening, went straight back to my meal prep. So pattern has been a little bit disrupted today, but we've just improvised, mixed things up on the spot, and that's how we're doing it.
Monday to Friday, I work full time, so I've built the same daily routine. I'm up early to train before the day gets started. That's either to go to the gym or go for a run. Then I'm back home in time for breakfast and helping with the nursery run. Once home after a short walk with the wife, I start my full-time job. Come lunchtime, I'm either out for another lap or I'm coaching clients on their own fat loss journeys. The food is a variation of the meal preps that I've made on the weekend. In the afternoon, I'm back at my office job before I pick my daughter up from nursery and then head home to cook a fresh meal that we can sit and eat as a family. Then it's family time before bath and bedtime routines. And that's it. Now, there's a snippet here from a walk which I did, and I think it sums all of this up quite nicely.
You might find this video quite boring, and to be honest, even I would when I look back at it, and especially my old me when I look back at it, because you might expect something fun or exciting, but the reality is this is it, just day in, day out, rinse and repeat that consistency. There's no magic formula, there's no secrets to it. It is just finding a routine and a pattern that works for you, those around you and your lifestyle, so that you can achieve those goals. It wasn't achieved overnight. There was a lot of trial and error, there was a lot of mistakes, there was a lot of frustration, but once you find that pattern that works, double down on it, hit it hard and just keep going. And over time, that consistency will build into success and results.
So there you have it, a week in the life at 1800 calories, training 4 times per week whilst working full time, parenting and coaching others on their own fat loss journeys. It's nothing fancy, it's just a plan that works with my life. So hopefully there are some key takeaways that you can apply into your own routines. And if you're on a similar journey, let me know. Comment below and subscribe, because I'll be sharing more of how I keep this going through family holidays, weekends and just general life.